Welcome to the We the Media SITREP for February 5th, 2025. I want to begin by congratulating two of our contributors, Pepe Lives Matter and Patriots in Control, for appearing on Elon Musk's X timeline. Elon replied to one of Pepe Lives Matter's tweets yesterday, and Elon shared a video today clipped by Patriots in Control. Good work to those gentlemen. I also want to remind you that we have now expanded onto other platforms, including Instagram and TikTok, and we have a website and Substack articles coming soon. Please click the link tree in the description to find We the Media on other platforms and subscribe on Locals or Substack to support the work we do to keep you informed. On to today's top stories. Starting off with nomination confirmations. The Senate has voted 52-46 to confirm Pam Bondi as Attorney General, and she was sworn in this morning. RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard have passed crucial votes in Senate committees yesterday, with RFK Jr. winning 14-13 and Tulsi passing with a 9-8 vote. They will now advance to a full Senate vote, likely happening sometime this week. Developments on the ending of USAID. The White House released a fact sheet yesterday, writing, quote, "For decades, the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, has been unaccountable to taxpayers as it funnels massive sums of money to the ridiculous, and in many cases malicious, pet projects of entrenched bureaucrats with next to no oversight," end quote. Just days before Elon Musk began a purge at USAID, the Foreign Aid Agency was warned in a stinging memo from its internal watchdog that it lacked significant transparency into how its grants were being spent, and it faced stiff resistance from foreign entities when trying to investigate potential fraud or corruption. Most U.S. Agency for International Development direct hires will be placed on administrative leave globally beginning at midnight this Friday Eastern Time, per a statement posted to the USAID's website. This order affects all USAID direct hire staff, with the exception of designated personnel responsible for mission-critical functions, core leadership, and specifically designed programs, per the statement. Democrats like Chuck Schumer, Ilhan Omar, and Jamie Raskin are holding press conferences and doing news media interviews claiming this is an illegal seizure and Elon Musk is stealing money from these agencies. Also, there's questions arising in the UK over their taxpayer funds. Local authorities in the UK have spent £141 million of taxpayer money on services for migrants such as playstations, yoga and circus skills classes, driving, and DJ lessons. Internet investigators are also finding that some news agencies have received funds from USAID, such as Politico, which may have received at least $8 million from the U.S. agency since 2019. Elon Musk, writing about this on X, said many media outlets are going to experience a mysterious drop in revenue. Elon Musk and Doge updates. Elon also posted a poll on his X account yesterday asking, "Would you like Doge to audit the IRS?" with 92% of respondents saying yes and only 8% saying no. It's a wonder who those 8% of people are, probably the 87,000 agents Biden hired. Doge has gained access to another agency. Representatives at Doge have been working at the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, where they have gotten access to key payment and contracting systems, according to the Wall Street Journal. Newly appointed interim U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Ed Martin, published a letter vowing to hold to account those who try to sabotage efforts of Doge to clean the federal government of overspending and corruption. Quote, "I recognize that some of the staff at Doge have been targeted publicly," end quote, Martin wrote to Elon Musk in a letter, which Martin posted to his X account on Monday. Quote, "At this time, I ask that you utilize me and my staff to assist in protecting the Doge work and the Doge workers. Any threats, confrontations, or other actions in any way that impact their work may break numerous laws," end quote. Martin previously worked as a defense attorney, including representing 3 men charged in the January 6 protests when President Trump's supporters breached the Capitol in 2021. Press conference with Trump and Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu. President Trump held a press conference yesterday night with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from Israel. During the press conference, President Trump announced an unexpected and shocking development. The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip and redevelop it. President Trump said the U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip and we will do a job with it too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site, get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for people of the area. Do a real job, do something different, just can't go back. It's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years if you go back. This was met with shock by supporters and detractors alike, with some nations rejecting this plan, such as Russia and others. Those among social media suggested Trump is a Zionist puppet and owned by Israel for doing so. But when Trump made his Gaza announcement, Netanyahu looked very uncomfortable and totally caught off guard. And listening to Trump's statements during his speech, he sure didn't sound like a, quote, Zionist puppet. It sounded like he genuinely wants peace and freedom for Palestinians and those in Gaza. Instead of Trump allowing the Israel deep state to do whatever it wants with Gaza, Trump is making power moves to prevent them from doing that. Masterful negotiations and optics going on here. Remember, Israel is not our enemy and Gaza is not our enemy. It is the corrupt, self-interested elements within these groups that are the problem, and it appears Trump very well knows that. Trump's post on Iran's nuclear program. Trump posted on Truth Social late last night that he would much prefer a nuclear peace agreement with Iran over bombing them and getting into conflict, and stated that, quote, we should start working on a peace agreement immediately, which will let Iran peacefully now and prosper and have a big Middle East celebration when it is signed and completed. God bless the Middle East, end quote. Larger protest network against Trump and MAGA forming. A movement to oppose the early actions of Trump's administration is taking off online, with plans to protest across the U.S. on Wednesday. The movement has organized under the hashtags Build the Resistance and 5051, 50501, which stands for 50 protests, 50 states, 1 day. Many of the protests are planned at state capitals, with some in other cities. The movement has websites and accounts across social media. Flyers circulating online decry Project 2025 and include messages such as, quote, reject fascism and, quote, defend our democracy. In a coffee shop just a block from Michigan's capital, organizers of a planned action there Wednesday pushed tables together, spreading out poster boards to write messages that read, no deportations ever, and workers unite. Sweeping layoffs and buyouts, Trump offers entire CIA workforce. About 20,000 federal workers have accepted the buyout offer put forward by the Trump administration last week. The offer is open through Thursday, meaning the total could rise, despite heavy opposition from unions and others. The CIA, in what officials reportedly claimed was an effort to bring the agency in line with Trump's agenda, offered buyouts to its entire staff on Tuesday. The Wall Street Journal reported that the agency is the first to tell its employees they can quit and get 8 months of pay and benefits. Last month, the Trump administration offered about 2 million federal employees buyouts to be paid through September, though the window to accept the offer closes on Thursday. FBI list. FBI officials have complied with demands to provide the Justice Department with a list of thousands of employees who worked on investigations related to the January 6, 2021 Capitol event. The demand has caused consternation among FBI employees who fear it is meant to amass a list of personnel for possible termination by the Trump administration. Acting Deputy Attorney General Emil Bove, in a Friday memo with the subject line Terminations, had given FBI officials a noon deadline Tuesday to submit the names of thousands of agents and analysts. Bove previously ordered the firing of 8 senior FBI officials, including those who oversaw cyber, national security, and criminal investigations. More than 5,000 names were submitted, sources said. There are more than 13,000 agents and 38,000 total FBI employees. Meanwhile, officials dispatched by Elon Musk have been sent at FBI headquarters. Musk has headed up efforts by President Trump's newly formed DOGE. President Trump plans to attend the Super Bowl in New Orleans on Sunday, the White House has confirmed. Trump is also planning to sit for an interview with Fox News chief political anchor Bret Baier, that will air during Fox's Super Bowl pregame show. And that concludes our report. Thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe to this channel, share our content, and support on Locals or Substack if you feel inclined. We will see you guys in the next update.